As soon as I finished high school, in order to go to college, I had to join the US Army, so I spent 3 years as a soldier in the Army. In my 20s, I had a number of setbacks that put me out of school, and I did manual labor such as landscaping, office work. It took me a while to find out that I had an aptitude for art, and that was when I went to art school. About my growing up, I grew up in the United States, although I was born in Vietnam. And after art school, I returned to Vietnam in 2003, so that's 18 years ago, 17 years ago. Well, I think we should talk about the story behind the work behind me, which is Prophilia. It's a continuing piece that started a couple of years ago. The name Prophilia is a combination of the word profile and philia, which is the love of something. So this work examines the idea that profile images, those are the images that we place on to represent us in social media. And those images are often very quick images. You see them very quickly, they're produced quickly, you can change them very quickly. And on the other side is the whole tradition of portraiture painting, which is a very long, intimate study of somebody. So I wanted to combine these very extremes of the long sitting versus the quick snapshot and combine those two things as a learning experience in creating artwork. What I had done is I had looked at profile images of strangers and friends and decided to take those profile images, always either 3/4 view or side view, and paint those on metal with a watercolor ground or an absorbent ground, so I could render their very quick images in a very slow painting process of watercolor and gouache. So what you see behind me are different profile images, but they're always changed because as I paint them, I make my own choices in that process, and they sort of change a little bit from the original photograph reference. So I've been trying to learn more, as well as balance my duties as a father, as a new father. Some of the things that I've begun experimenting with is I've subscribed to different online courses for everything from oil painting to painting with mixed media materials, as well as looking at trying to improve my ability with computer technologies. And because I have no income, I've been just using the materials and supplies that I already have in my studio. So I haven't been able to go out and purchase a lot of new materials. How do I go forward? I'm just going to have to take it day by day, and hopefully humanity will figure out a way to deal with this particular pandemic, and hopefully learning from this one, be able to deal with the next one. The first part of the year during the pandemic was very difficult because I was very worried that I had no income, and I just had a new baby. So it was very stressful. However, the second part of the year, as we're in the second part now, things have really turned brighter. I applied to a university in Vietnam to get my master's degree in applied arts. The challenge for me is that the whole degree is in Vietnamese. Also, I got offered another teaching position at another university as well. So these two things happened within the last month. So the pandemic was a disaster for me the first part of the year. Things are hopefully looking better for the second part of the year. He's only 7 months old, so it's hard to say how it has influenced my art directly, but it's affected me. I think all parents think that. I think all parents think that it's the greatest thing, but in my case, I never knew my parents, my birth parents. I was given up shortly after my birth in Vietnam to an orphanage. Some could say that affected my art because I was very creative. I had a very good imagination. Like maybe I'm the son of a prince or a king, or maybe they'll find me and I'm an alien, or I had a big imagination. That probably helped me become an artist. I don't really have a guidebook on how to be a good father, so I just trust my instinct. My degree, my bachelor's degree in art is basically one dealing with art and technology and performance, but mostly art and technology at that time. And I always thought I was going to be a media artist, but over the years, over the past, say 18 years that I've been a professional artist, I've slowly stepped away from technology and became very interested in material art, or getting to know and explore objects and things rather than immaterial things such as more performance or experiencing art through a screen or a projection. I have to say I'm not on top of all the technologies, and I enjoy painting and sculpture because there's such a long history in those forms, and there's a lot that I can learn from the masters and even other amateurs that I just get ideas off. However, in my last exhibition in January, I did take on technology again for an installation dealing with facial recognition and surveillance, where the camera would automatically pick up the patterns on the face and identify you as you moved around the gallery. So, like any artist, I continue to draw from my past. It's not my main direction, but if I see technology that I think is appropriate for a concept, I'm happy to go back to it. One thing that I would like to do is I would like to really learn 3D modeling on the computer and then 3D printing as a way to problem solve sculpture. I don't want to 3D print 3D objects and display them as artworks. It doesn't really interest me. What interests me is doing the modeling and figuring out through that model where mistakes can be done with carving. Or if I need to save material, what are the optimal way of taking out material without wasting it? A lot of people are worried about the near future of art. And each agent in the art world, whether you're an artist, you're a gallerist, you're a dealer, you're a museum, all are facing massive changes. And they're gonna have to figure out how to deal with those changes. Art is so human. It's the oldest thing we have. Even now, it's even older than us. Actually, art is older than humanity, because we know now that Neanderthals also made art. And so I hope we remain conscious of that and support artists. They bring something to our lives. And I'd also like us to consider art as not just another commodity for the super rich. Or I was thinking about that today. It's kind of sad, actually. I would like to see art be more expansive and important to a larger group of people. And I hope everybody stays healthy and safe. Thank you for letting me share my fractured thoughts this afternoon.